Given the weaponry, I mean, it would just be suicide from Crazy Guy to move out. Stinger at that range.
Oke.
Yeah, it's not going to go well for him.
Especially versus this.
Di map kedua.
And I think here as
T1 menang
as
tadi,
T1, you'd like to keep them at arm's length, right? Like, you know on this eco, they're going to be going for some of those close-range weapons. You'd rather, I'd be totally fine with a pivot towards C here. Just get out, try a different area, and they'd be right to do so. They seem to have a pretty good read on this, at least looking for lurks as well. You know, you have to expect that someone is maybe going to be going for that backstab to maybe at least claim a gun or something out of the hands of T1.
30 seconds
the
left.
economy's so good for them already, Achilleos. Like, they've already got an Odin, they've already got an Op. I mean, this is really clean.
Whoa.
Yeah. Kill found. Egoist now starting to think that this is going to end up being the C site, but as the turret gets cleared, he'll realize that he was a little bit closer to the action than he might have originally anticipated. Corner plant coming
10
down,
seconds
fight
left.
to prevent the push out.
Spike planted.
T1 will be able to get away with that plant scot-free. As
Anjir,
Rossi,
Odin.
Enzo's not here. He can't hurt you with the Odin. You don't need to be running this.
I mean, this is just so tricky. I mean, you're just hoping to snag a couple big guns, maybe if you're really lucky.
One of the biggest issues is that with the Odin around the corner, this is one of the last guys you want to be funneling ult charge to. Is that pit? I mean, we know how powerful it can be in a post-plant setup. So it will just stay put. Get ready to go down to the spike, especially after that warning fire coming through. T1 will make their exit as they pick up yet another round win.
And what I'm really liking about the way that T1 has been approaching this, especially Rossi, I mean, I'm really impressed with the way he's using his util. We saw it earlier to clear Darion. This time around, he's using the snake bites to buy time for Carpe to clear that turret. So Carpe should probably only have to worry about one other angle, and that's towards Baby Door. And so it's really good, like, methodical stuff here, making sure that all their bases are covered. And even better, coming into this round, now you're one away from a showstopper for Saya players. So you can put that op into the hands of Xcurate. And this is like what's so cool about this comp that T1 runs with their players. They're really playing into the strength of the individuals on this team. And you can funnel things around. You can switch who's opping based on where your ult cycles are and things like that. So
sure.
I love the way that they maneuver this map. But now you've got the big boy guns in the hands of Bleed as well.
Yeah, Crazy Guy there with that Odin. Saya just going to get sprayed down, put it into good use. Carpe trying to creep forward. Spray continuing as Jay will be able to find him. It's going to be Spike Trump. They're just trying to push up into the smoke. Ends up getting taken down. TP into the corner. Crazy Guy decided to back away from that angle. He down low on HP, but now it's just Xcurate and Izu. Last one standing. Xcurate honed in on this position. So smoke comes in, trying to creep up. Trying to play this quietly. Hold on the plant, the aftershock, and it will interrupt that. He actually could have stayed for it. Doesn't, decides to pull off. Now goes for the plant once more. There he is in heaven. Script puts some good damage down, but cannot get the kill. And it's a quick little pivot there from Jaya around the corner to take out Izu. So first round victory coming through here from the side of Bleed. And honestly, a little bit surprised that we hadn't seen a timeout called prior to this round, but they managed to get it done on their own terms.
Yeah, a lot of trust in Crazy Guy, in his ability to IGL for this squad. So it's just a good scrappy fight, and they put that Odin to great use. Crazy Guy, the IGL, gonna be the one in hand with it. He gets some big kills. Yay, right there to play off of him. Let's see if Bleed can stabilize a little bit here. Still plenty of money in the bank for T1 to go deep into this buy. Once again, still the showstopper, even though Saya died early. Rolling Thunder, though, Seekers in the back pocket. And you never know what's scary in his ult. What can happen, but it's going to be tricky now as Darion, an operator, going to be watching towards Mound. No contest. So everybody, including the Killjoy util, going to be over towards the A site. T1 uses Toxic Screen. Try to clear a little bit of extra space. Might have cleared one of the Nano Swarms.
On the opposite side of the wall. Saya, showstopper at the ready. Just right now, though, the birth of ultimates that are available on the side of Bleed is going to be quite worrisome here for T1. Dissipates, but no one willing to peek out. Trailblazer will go through, and that could be somewhat problematic and will get cleared out. So Izu's position still going to remain a secret.
I'm going to be leaning in towards the B site. Showstopper on the other side, opening the door to try to buy a little bit of time and a little bit of a fake here towards A.
30 seconds left.
It's going to be sending it, has everybody crowd back, but this kind of forces them in towards the middle of the map, so as the strike gets ready to come through, they're actually not in a bad position at all here, our bleed. Shot not connecting, extra ends up getting taken down. Egoist with a nice spray control, managing to find the kill, and now it's going to have to be a pivot back over towards this A site with barely any time remaining.
10 seconds left.
It's over towards the right, Ye trying to spray out the box, Carpe setting the haunt up over the top, catches one. Ye gonna be taken down. Tap onto the door, manages to escape. Doesn't know Egoist's position. Rossi certainly does. Takes him down now at 3v3. Op still in the hands here of Darian. One away from his own showstopper. If he can find the opening kill, that could be what breaks things open as he goes down. Izu collects.
Anjir.
Scoops up the owner.
Anjir. Wah, gue merinding. Yah, apa nih? Internet lo. What the fuck, man? Why? Woi. Coba cek YouTube.
The Rolling Thunder out, immediately pivot back towards A. Izu there quick with the TP to get over, get the plant down with little time remaining. And then they just set up some really good positions to just shut down Bleed and any hope they have of that retake. So they're really on point, kind of understanding the movement that Bleed is trying to get away with. And I'm going to reiterate this, but you have to imagine that every round that slips away from Bleed here on this defender side is scarier and scarier because T1 generally on this map so good on the defender side.
Sure. I mean, we've seen it, and we continue to echo it all the time here in Pacific. Lotus is a better side of map. When you play it here in Asia, at least it has been, obviously, with the recent changes, that could very well change during this season. Time will tell in that regard, but this is a very strong start for the side of T1. And I mean, we're seeing a complete inversion of what happened on map 1. That was Bleed 5-1 in the lead. The timeout gets called going into round 7. T1 start to rally back. They managed to make it a 6-6 half. Can Bleed do the same? They still have 2 ultimates coming into this round. Egoist, though, not being able to pick up nearly as many kills off the rip here, still lagging behind when it comes down to getting that lockdown.
Yeah, absolutely right. And only one away from a pit is Rossi. So more problems, potentially. You have the rocket from Darian, but already.
Ada yang nonton guys.
Keep the big guns in hand. X-Curate on that op once again. This time going to be watching over the mound. And it is just Egoist over here. You do have a little bit of backup from Crazy Guy with the breach util. They're a little bit more focused towards B, but with this heavy push out towards the front of A. Should be decent information for Bleed. See how they want to play off of it.
All right, well, turret. Nano going to be cleared. Alarm bot still set up inside B. EA currently positioned there in the dip. Let's see if anybody's actually working their way through that door. Seems like it might be a drift back over towards A. Carpe and Rossi moving in that direction where they end up moving forward. I mean, paranoia from Scary into a showstopper from Darian could end up being catastrophic here for T1.
They're just waiting. I think you're exactly right, Achilles. They're just waiting for kind of a trade here. Take contact from Scary in whatever form that is, and then
he's on top of the box. He's got a really easy blast pack setup. Trout going, showstopper sent, sends it, but they managed to pull back. Damage going to be found, it looks like. They widely managed to get away scot-free. It's now coming down. They want to full send it here onto the C site.
Beautiful bite from Rossi.
Time, they have to be able to get this spike planted.
10 seconds left.
Back of water. Plant now coming down. Izu gets himself into a forward position, tucked up into the corner. Side player just answering back with a little bit of spray, and now the pin gets invested. Push forward, Izu. Making that first contact, tries to TP out, gets himself up inside the pit. Eventually will be flushed though. Scary spraying away, managing to find the kill as Carpe tries to lurk forward. Shorty in hand. Take down any of these low decayed members on the side of Bleed. Now they're skirting around the side of it though. Xcurate not ready for the double swing to come through off the backside of Darian going down. They give themselves.
What the fuck? Kok tak kepingin dia? Oh, gue follow cuma ini doang. Gitu lah, manapun dah.
Dari Egois, 4 melawan 3 sekarang. Dan KRP switch ke shorty. Sembari darah para pemain tim Bleed. Wah, terkikis.
Anjir,
cari lagi namun langsung digerebek oleh 2 pemain langsung. Karpe melompat dari atas, 1 kill, bahkan ada kedua Karpe, perfect sekali.
Nice.
Langsung mendapatkan final blow menuju ke arah para pemain Bleed. 6-1, round yang begitu indah dari T1.
Anjir T1.
Indah banget Is.
Gila. Untuk dimainkan sama T1. Lu bisa lihat
Kayak
cara
kemarin jelek
mereka tadi
banget,
ngambil dari arah rabelnya itu buang 1 buah snake bite dulu, ngusir dari posisi scary-nya buka paranoia, dan ketika dia buka paranoia langsung disambut sama sebuah showstopper. Dapat info kalau misalnya dari arah side A-nya itu ada 2 pemain, di arah side B tadi pas mereka udah ngepok duluan dapat info.
Scary, as I say that, does get another one. Trailblazer goes in, does get the stun. Scary trying to throw the paranoia. Crazy guy. Sheriff in hand, takes out Izu. Smoke's now gone as Font up over the top. No reveal going to be found here onto Egoist, but he has to backpedal. He can find a kill. Again, that lockdown, just 1 charge away from having it available. It looks like Rossi is going to take the opening fight, pushing forward alongside Saya player. 3 players around the corner. Things could get dicey. This could be a weapon given up unless they can connect the spray, and they do.
Wow, gila, ribet terus sih. Ribet terus sih.
Watching Waterfall takes out Crazy Guy. And that's just going to be scary now. That Vandal held on to as he creeps his way back.
Scary, safe.
Just, you know, you can see the confidence they have, knowing it is an eco, of course, but still, the backup is there from Rossi immediately to help Saya player out. I know they've got a couple players over there. They just want to smother him with gunfire. No problem.
Okay.
And again, it's everybody's really kind of on the same page, with T1, I mean, especially on this map, but throughout most of the day, they've done a pretty good job of really playing off of each other. Good util. Scary maybe got one?
He did. He did. He took down Carpe. So, a little consolation prize in the back end. I mean, look, really nice turn on the flash.
Whoa, gila.
But ultimately, it's an Odin, so, you know, the spray down is, I mean, it's not that impressive.
No, it's not hard.
He held him on.
There.
I mean, what it has been impressive is just the strength right now of T1. And the quick pivots and somehow just managing to pull gold out of just absolutely nothing.
Yeah. And this just continues to compound Bleed's problems where you're able to keep these power weapons available for T1 right back into the op as Xcurate after his ult against the Eco. Really good time to have that ult in cycle. You could save a little bit of extra cash. Really give yourself good opportunity to go pretty deep into this one without having to worry about an Eco round even potentially. I mean, obviously they're playing really well, but you know, let's say Bleed is able to string a couple rounds together. Harpe though, Nightfall, Egoist sitting on a lockdown, waiting to maybe play back and
lewat
use
anjir.
it for a retake potentially, but they're playing so close.
Face your
Well, that
fear.
flash tells him there's quite a few people in here, and Egoist needs to get the hell out of there. He's actually going to be able to take Side Player down with him. Now can play back. Lockdown set up. Oh, that alley side's not the greatest, but still can disrupt T1's defenses. Especially stop this guy from playing forward into the site. As Izu on the lurk. Finds them both. And that's as the lockdown gets invested. The comms just can't come through fast enough, and now they need to make this one work. Kills coming in. Flash in, Xcurate turning away, spots one, says hello, takes a TP out. Oh, he's not ready for it! They just have no idea! Just gets the backstab onto Jaya, completely unsuspecting.
Jago banget. Anjir.
Just deeps in the night, Achilleos.
It just, the onslaught continues.
It's just unbelievable the way that they're working this map. I mean, Izu, brilliant patience once again. Saw it a little bit on Breeze on the Yoru, where he's able to really kind of take his time, those dimensional drifts, and here just his positioning, and then X-Curate with the unexpected TP there, not able to be mentally accounted for by Bleed, and he may be going to another timeout.
We are. The Bleed now burning their second timeout. No more for the rest of this game. They find themselves down 1-8. This is a desperate but necessary gamble being rolled right now here by the coaching staff, deciding to intervene. But after this, you know, you're just casting them off and hoping for the best.
No doubt. But it's definitely a team, a lot of experience here. Yes, they had to qualify through Ascension, but these guys have been around the block quite a few times.
I mean, of course.
And that's like, I'm not even just talking about yay, like literally winning
Scary.
international events. Scary, right. I mean, Darion, these guys have been around for a little. Egoist has been playing for forever for SMG and X10. I mean, these guys, excuse me, Egoist, and they're just really, really talented top to bottom. We saw it on Breeze, but this is T1's map. This is where they want to hang.
Yeah.
And,
It's like this, and you know, I mean, assuming that it's similar to the previous season, Bind. You know,
Yep.
two of the ones where you really don't want to face off against these guys. As they get out early, cross towards Mount, so X-Curate unable to find the pick. Still, two
Anjir,
players
itu mati aja.
working forward. Now they have to backpedal over here on this A side. One going to be noted. TP across.
Oh.
They just read it. He doesn't go deep enough. Scary gets caught. The blind spray, good enough to come up with a kill. Izu down to a sliver. 3 HP remaining here for the Yeoman. Just likely going to sit back. Wait for the smokes to come back up as the rest of his team try to clear the way. But Crazy Guy says no. Holds the line, comes up with 2 kills. Carpe Side player both going to be taken out. Izu, however, even with 3 HP, comes up with 2 kills of his own.
Unreal.
And it just feels like every single time Bleed get themselves into an advantageous position. You know, 1 step forward and then 5 steps back.
Somebody on T1 just digs him out. I mean, X-Curate leads with the up, finds the final 2 kills. It's just, it's so impressive, the confidence that T1 can roll with. I mean, obviously, when you're up by this much, you're kind of allowed to take those extra
Play loose.
Exactly. And Izu there does do it, and he gets away with it. But when you have that advantage, when you can try to, you know, push stuff that maybe your opponent isn't necessarily expecting, because you know you've done a damage to him, you've put him on the back foot.
Apa?
And you expect them to maybe try to rotate back off of this. They've taken
Banyak
so much
foto.
contact. They just lost 2 players on A side. T1 says, nope. We're just going to keep the pedal to the metal.
Back forward there, and again, looking to take some
Dibuang aja,
overly
Mak.
space, but yeah, I mean, the spray is finding a good amount of value here. The smoke goes down. Yeah, going to be able to find 1, but he and Darian both now taken out. Pressure on Crazy Guy. Rolling Thunder crashing across, and I think it maybe hit just 2 players here. Or rather, only Carpe, I believe.
But a beautiful response from Carpe with his utility to make sure they don't really have any ability to play off of that Rolling Thunder. I think Crazy Guy probably wishes he could have that one back. Felt a little bit panicked.
Look at Scary. He's not going on this rotation quite just yet. It's like they haven't fully identified that all 3 players are on this side of the map, but now that the spike gets planted, that time starts ticking. He's got to join in, but this is going to be late, and you can see Crazy Guy already starting to inch forward. Puts himself down onto the site.
Right there.
This could be costly. It's Egoist, the first to fall. Now they know. There's 1 in, the TP to the side. X-Curate playing evasively, and Carpe finding 1. Sends it down. I mean, you can see, he's expecting him to be on the site. Scary just
dia ngeliat.
his head for a brief little moment.
Nah, bener.
Finally able to lock in. This is a rival once again. Spell disaster. It's a push up.
Wah!
It does. Scary has somehow, some way, might not be
Gagal.
there when the team quite needed him, but he still is able to finish things out to get Bleed their 2nd round win.
And there's some really interesting things that Bleed tries at the beginning of this round. Like, Darion steps ahead of where the snakebite falls by the ruins over there, and by the rubble, excuse me, and he just gets shut down immediately. Like, he thinks about the boom bot, pulls it back and says, I'm going to try to trick him a little bit as they're trying to cut back behind their toxic screen, see if I can, catch him sleeping a little bit. But T1 reacts to it really nicely, and I mean, somehow, some way, Scary finds a way to get this done. But I mean,
There.
You can tell his lateness threw them for a loop.
Yeah.
They expected, oh, he's going to be in the site already. And that's fine. He gets the round win, but the the biggest issue is just how much damage continues to be dealt. And now we go into the final round. Widely, they do still have that full purchase coming in. A couple half armors chucked in there, though.
Darion with an op. Seekers.
Bring them down.
But the showstopper for Saya. So really powerful execute utility available for T1 to get the job done. Now, a lot of space taken here towards Mound as they shift back. Smoke has to come down. Bleed gonna back off a little bit. Reset. Try to play more of a default type position. Curate. So wonderful with this operator, so crisp. Been so vocal today on stage. Really helping keep T1 mentally in it during that breeze.
Seeker's going to be let loose. We'll soon see them starting to drift over here towards the C side. Showstopper up over the top side.
Nggak
Down.
kena.
He was able to find the kill, and that keeps Scary alive. He finds himself a second elimination.
30 seconds left.
And that is Rossi not being able to get away. The spike now going to be stranded. There's no reason to not play for it, but there's only 24 seconds remaining. Last run of the half, Bleed. Looks like they are very well poised to get themselves up to 3, especially as Izu will fall. Off shot from Excurate, finding nothing. The flash is not connecting, but nor all the off shots, and he is being surrounded. A flawless round to end out what was a very rocky half here. 3-9, Bleed. Still keeping themselves alive.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be some confidence here for Bleed if they can pick up the pistol on their attacker side. You never know. Things can turn around. And I don't care. Curses be damned. They looked pretty good in those last couple rounds. It looked like they finally kind of got their heads on straight at least enough.
No, we're on Lotus 10-2. That's the real curse on this map.
Oh. I mean, Derek's isn't playing today.
A 1 minute timer now here. For, again, you know, the coaching staff on Bleed to talk to these players, to get them ready going into this attacker side of the map.
And it's tough because if this goes deep enough, if T1 doesn't just come out and kind of run the table a little bit, eventually you're going to start seeing a lot of those power weapons in their hands again. That potentially that double op setup or an op at a 2 or to 4s, the Odin as well. These things, as we saw at the AVL, were really difficult for teams to deal with.
Yeah.
Because of how clean both Saya and Excurate are with that operator. Rossi so smart with his positioning with the Odin. It's going to be very difficult, if it comes to that, for Bleed to reckon with. And that's really what kind of my big thing is Bleed. You just want to keep the pressure on enough that you don't give enough of an economy over to T1 that they can do that, because that's part of why this slid out of control in the beginning. Is you lost the bonus, and the money just started flowing into T1's head. And they cut funds enough that they could get a round 3 op over to Excurate. And certainly they'll take advantage of that again if they win this pistol.
Excurate in the forward position out here. Stun goes across, tries to get a sight out of the sky, but shot was well enough off. But look at the read here overall from T1. Trailblazer spotting nothing as they have the 4-man stack set up. Crazy guy, put the K onto him, just eating even more damage. Now knocked down at 14. Flash comes in to try to dissuade any counter push out. The heals have to be utilized here from Jaya to keep everybody up. We'll be able to push him back to full.
Right there.
But overall, it seems like T1 with a very good idea of how Bleed was going to open this attacking side.
Yeah, still have the paranoia or Scary. Try to buy yourself the ability to get onto a site.
Placing swarm grenade.
bit of
Swarm
just-
grenade
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, or rather the Nanoswarm just to take out that trademark.
Yep.
Try to add to the confusion here, the ambiguity.
Beli itu di mana ya?
Look at this,
negaranya?
Yay. Completely unfettered, coming over towards the A site. There's no one else here. Right now, for T1, they are completely shifted over to the western side of the map, so free area, fault line used to clear, and
He's taking a very forward position. Looks like he will just pull back away from stairs. Just wanted to check forward
30
and towards that
seconds
smoke,
left.
see if there was anybody there immediately. Saya player will be the first to respond. And depending on how this timing goes, might end up getting caught, because right now, Egoist pushing his way out. Smoke comes down.
There.
Saya's still just hovering,
Spike
still waiting for
planted.
his teammates to go for this rotation, but look at the lurk now from Scary. Outside C. Should have heard them
Scary.
cutting through across connector. Can he find the timing? to get that impact once more. Waiting to hear any kind of tap on the spike. The aftershock at the ready. Rossi waiting to try to push the door. Here on the turret, the push forward, the headshot coming in. Ego is good for 2. Excurrent able to find 1, but the push up. The right clicks come in, and Jay finds himself a kill. Paranoia crashing across. Excurrent down to 24 HP. Swings in, sees Jay's shoulder for just a brief little moment. Tries to get him, manages to get it done. Scary though, swing on the corner. Taken down by Carpe. It already held at the half, gets the finish on the defuse. That's going to be T1 tying up the score line in regards to pistols. 2-2 in the series. And now they move up to 10-round wins.
Tremendous patience here from T1. Everybody on the same page, able to stymie this initial hit, set themselves 1 player ahead. And XCurate, only a couple bullets left in this headhunter, and he puts them to darn good use. Runs out, catches Jay, peeking a little bit, able to find that kill. Yeah, Scary's quick to trade, but Carpe, as we saw earlier, very, very good with those ghosts.
And we see the full Stinger send. Monstrous investment here from the side of Bleed. They absolutely need a win here. Darian goes jumping forward. Trademark still goes out, but they check over towards Baby Door. Nobody going to be spotted there.
Oh.
Now coming in, Util starting to be dumped. The Haunt gets a reveal.
Oh,
Carpe
Carpe.
goes down 2. Gets himself a 3rd. Yay, taken out. Swings out. Darian with the final bullet. Will be able to take him down. Goes for the reload, but Sion player gets on top of him fast enough, and the fuse is being stuck. Crazy guy won't even be involved. Not even a part of the picture here. Managing to find 1 kill in the back end, but Izu will strike him down. Weapon cannot be recovered, and the gamble by, it does not pay off.
Just incredible reactions from Carpe. He's been pivotal in these early rounds.
Long day.
Long day. He's been really pivotal in these early rounds to set the pace for T1, to give them these early leads in the halves. And the Outlaw there floating around in XCurate's hands didn't even need it. Everybody else just getting the job done. Now let's see what they're going to do. Just hang on to the Outlaw, a couple Bulldogs, and a Vandal there for Carpe. Guardians and Bulldogs for Bleed as they went into the Stinger well.
It's the dog check. I don't think it saw him. Ooh. Izu pushing up into the smoke still. A nasty shot. Once again, I mean, a really heavy stack here from T1. Just expecting this aggression over towards C.
Yeah, they're really leaning on that side of the map and letting XCurate kind of play these one-and-done positions. Smoke coming down very, very early.
Let's see if she's got any angle to work with whatsoever here with the smoke. Just perfectly cutting them off. So nothing spotted, and if they decide to enter in through door, go through tree, not going to come up with much of anything there, but yeah.
It's not
wrap
placed
around
to
coming
look
through
back.
the turret. Yeah, it's not watching in behind. Turn over to the side, and oh, Egoist. He gave up the game, but still a chance for Scary. Finds 1. Carpe now waiting. Paranoia sent. I don't think it found. No, it did find it. Oh, he's going to be taken down. Scary finding that elimination. 25 seconds remaining. Plant now pivoted in towards the B site.
Planted.
Fault across is Spirit forced back, forced even lower. 5 HP remaining here on this chamber. It's going to be Jay staying within the site to try to hold this line.
No paint shells. It's an aftershock for Crazy Guy.
Setting sih kayaknya
Right on the corner, the ping coming
3
down.
lawan 4.
Did they read that it's going to be a double approach though? Paranoia managing to avoid it. Yay, takes 1 down with him. Found Rossi, now it's just easy and execute. And between the two of them, it's only 53 HP.
Satchel out.
The push forward. Blast pack, over that one to arm. The Guardian shot, more than enough to go ahead and find the kill. And in the end, it's going to be Execurate making his exit. Just trying to get away, hold on to that Outlaw, but he does not.
Okay.
Actually, might have swapped the gun. Either way, Bleed picking up another round win.
Yeah, able to really get a nice post plant set up. Yeah, able to find a tough kill there. That is not easy to do. Yay, still able to sneak one away, and that makes things just a little bit easier here. And Scary, you know, Carpe tries to challenge here, knowing that he's hit him with his utility. They're both nearsighted, and he's going to try to gamble on it, but Scary able to just barely get the better of him, and that really helps them get set up for that. That could have been really bad for Bleed. Again, you know, Egoist watching that angle a little bit, but without that turret there to give the early notification, made things a little bit harder for Bleed as they really had to react well quickly to that. Unfortunately, you got a guy like Scary there.
Yeah. Huge kill. I mean, not getting that second one. Carpe surviving. That could very well change the entire outcome of that round, which would have T1 moving up to match point. So for now, Bleed are hanging in there by a thread in 7 rounds consecutively, just to tie things up. Try and extend this all the way to split for that decider map. See though, enough damage dealt. Outlaw is held on to. Or actually, it's going to be purchased back up, I should say.
And only a Nightfall to speak of for ultimates. A few away from the Seekers is yay, but for now, T1, those Sheriffs, keep your eyes on Carpe and Izu. They can do damage with it. And a Guardian and a Bulldog still have to be floated or Bleed. Fast take towards Rubble. It's T1, not going to contest.
Wah, dekat-dekat.
Shots going out. Okay, I mean, Boss able to find one. Carpe picking up another there with that Sheriff, but crazy guy. 3 quick kills now. Looking for the ult of his own. Oh, man. Carpe not giving, or Cyplayer not having the opportunity to reply and fire. Puts a lot of pressure here onto KIRI. He does have 5 Headhunter bullets. Outlaw picked up again, but surely this isn't possible.
Well, that doesn't help.
Yeah, long spot revealing. There's one. Looks for the second for a moment.
Ooh.
I thought it was going to happen, but they put him down. Bleed keeping themselves in this one. Now up to 5.
Yeah, still economic damage being done to Bleed. And that can make things
Yeah,
all the more difficult to get themselves back into a spot where the rounds are rather close. And now finally, T1 is able to get into their full buy with the Operator, with the Odin. Now you have the Rolling Thunder, though. Poor Crazy Guy. Seekers as well. So a lot of ability to clear space here for Bleed. Trying to push towards C immediately. Rossi shifting over from Waterfall. Izu waiting there, looking for a response off the orb. None coming from T1. Let's see how they want to navigate this. This looks like Rolling Thunder onto the site.
Rolling Thunder into a quick entry, but it's far enough. Gets the push back there briefly on the Izu. Clear not going to be found. See Rossi just waiting to try to go for this spray and pray. Oh, spots one. Shots start flying. Darian gets himself out to safety as the plant now getting ready to come through. Darian actually finding Xayah player. Comes up with the kill, answering. Kill comes back in. Carpe able to put him down. Now T1 start inching their way forward here onto the site. Fault line, however, going to be slowing their approach. Flashes at the ready. First one going to be sent. KIRI trying to play back here at Water. Swinging back around, and then gets caught as Carpe continues to advance forward. But Crazy Guy and Equus find one apiece. It's all on Rossi, managing to come up with 2. Juggling back the weapons, the 5 HP. It would have to be a headshot. To tap in. Nano. Lobbed both of them just on the outskirts of them. He stays alive. Ooh, okay. Not sure what happened there. You know?
I think he tried to
Maybe he thought it was going to end a little bit sooner than it did.
try to toe tap his way closer and kind of, yeah, expected the Nano to not last as long as it did.
Well, it's all good. Little oopsie. I mean, answered back very good damage. Coming up with the skills in the back end, but Bleed, I mean, 3 rounds consecutively now. That second timeout is still in the back pocket of T1. Question is, how far is Autumn willing to push this before he calls it?
I think it may come after this round. We'll see if Autumn wants to wait a little bit longer or not. Just really good crossfire setup by Bleed on the south end of the site. And Carpe kind of overstepped his bounds. Yeah, he got one. Oh, they remember. Yeah. They remember.
Getting the read on this one now. A jump forward, but actually covering fire there from Rossi. Coming up with the kill. Darren's going to be taken down. Easy with the Sheriff. Picks up Scary. Lockdown still committed into this one. It goes on the back of these kills. And it's a weapon recovered. Izu picks up the Phantom. The pivot now here into the B site. Down below. Plan coming through. This lockdown now going to expire. Rossi taken out. Crazy Guy able to find the 1 kill. Trying to go for the stun. Side player, however, pushes forward, managing to find 1, but Ego is Quickly trades it back, but now they're at that man disadvantage as it's just Egoist.
Wah,
He cannot
gila,
get it
Izu.
done. Izu with the 3K as a thrifty comes in.
It's hard to imagine, but T1, you know, it's Bleed recognizing early that Izu had sat up on that box previously. They have to use some util to clear it, and they lose a couple players on the entry to just great reactions from T1.
Yeah, I need to see this again here.
Commit the lockdown. They're just
Dar.
expecting the play and the TP right back
Dar.
up.
Just moving ahead of that smoke, just getting ready for the push out. Because he knows, okay, they're going to push in. They know that they have it
Nice.
stunned. I have to get covering fire. And then Izu, the stun expires. He manages to get that headshot in. I mean, he's been clean with the Sheriff. Remember that kill he got onto A while he was sliding an A-main on Breeze.
Yep.
T1 now find themselves here at match point. Hit invested over at C. Jumping across, the swing outside player takes the challenge, takes down Jaya. Rocket going in, doesn't find the kill. Looks like he's got the misread on the Carpe, pulled back over towards Baby Door, but instead slid over to the left. Izu, however, will be felled. The pit will drop. C does become a solid option here for Bleed.
And does, okay, Bleed recognizes Carpe's position. They're going to clear it with the Nano. A toxic screen gives Carpe just enough room to peek in towards mid.
Has Excurrent realized this position change, though? TP, it looks like he's expecting that maybe it could have been at Rubble, or he wants to try to intercept. Jiggle Peak spotting nothing. The gun barrel, no, doesn't matter. Manages to get Crazy Guy instead.
Saya dulu lawan 2.
Trading it back, keeping it in a 2v2. Spike, however, still here in the hands of the Killjoy. Now works his way forward in towards the site, but Carpe could quickly swing in. Waiting on the cross, the shot not going to connect. Misses the opportunity. Now it's 2 players set up on the site here for Bleed.
Carpe still has a few options here in his back pocket.
Here.
In terms of util, to maybe clear a little bit of space, get some info.
On the Prowler, both there. One snake bite for Rossi. Not really in a position to try to utilize that against Scary, however.
Whoa.
He just pushes up, managing to find one. Now Scary TPing up here towards rope. They're holding for it, though.
Yeah.
They're sticking to it, covering fire, coming down the double swing. And that's going to do it. Carpe will get the last kill as the spike defuse comes in. And T1. Who is going to be standing by on the stage to talk to Izu.
After a long, grueling day, T1 take down Bleed 2-0. Now, Izu, congratulations. I'm going to give you Dan the Penguin and steal you here for a minute. Now, Izu, you monster, man. I mean, today, not the easiest game, not the easiest today, but you had a stellar performance. And also, picking up your first Pacific win. Tell me all about how today was for you. 이주 선수와 오늘 정말 다사다난 하루였지만 개막전 승리와 함께 이주 선수의
와,
오늘 소감이 어떠신가요?
퍼시픽 데뷔 경기부터 좀 처음 겪어보는 오랜 시간 퍼즐 때문에 솔직히 정신력 유지하기도 힘들었고 집중하기 좀 힘들었는데 저희 같은 팀 형들이 잘 케어해줘가지고 끝까지 멘탈 잡고 집중해서 잘 이길 수 있었던 것 같아서 좋습니다.
Well, with the long tech pause, it was hard to keep myself focused and concentrated, especially because this was also my Pacific debut. But you know, my teammates, they helped me stay concentrated, and also they kept the mood up and the vibe up. So props to them. I was able to perform very well, and we were able to walk away with the win. 자, 그러면 이 얘기 먼저 여쭤보고 싶습니다. 토브라님이 경기 보시면서 2주가 미래다. 이렇게 얘기를 하셨는데 좀 동의하시나요? Now I want to quote Cobra on the next question because he kept
Guys,
saying
karena kita
Izu